Hey folks, AJ the CEO here. And did you know that Worship Tools has a free church management system that you can manage people and send communications over email? If you didn't, I'm here to show you and give you a quick little tour on what you can do with this program. So let's go ahead and cut over. Now, I made a brand new account here, so this is fresh. It has nothing in it. I literally just made it maybe 5 minutes before I hit the record button. But if we come into Worship Tools after you've logged in, or you can just go to Worship Tools directly, and they are highlighting it here at the top. So if we click on Learn More, you can get started. And because I'm already logged in, well, I thought I was, let's go ahead and log in, and it will take us right into the system. So again, this is brand new. I haven't used anything at all with this. So let's go ahead and give it a name. We got to use Prototype Church. All right, so here we go. So let's go ahead and look at it automatically because I made the account. My name comes over with information. You have your dashboard, so you just see how many people, and you'll get more information because we haven't filled out everything yet. But if we come under your drop down, you can do your organization and change. This is more of your settings for all of your Worship Tools account completely. But if we come over to people, we have a list of stuff and you have different fields here. These are just the common ones that are shown. If you want to show more, you can go to columns and you can drag over more stuff like your email type, phone SMS, um, you know, marital status, anniversaries, birthdays, full address, and stuff like that. So let me go ahead and add over. I don't need that. Well, I already got phone number. So I'm good with that. But say you want to have a new field, like for example, member number. We want to have a unique identifier to identify one person. So especially if you're new with your and you don't have any type of software like this, like my mom used to be the secretary, and kind of keeping everything in sync was kind of crazy because you would have to search for names and stuff like that. And might as well use technology to make it easier. So this is what we'll use a unique identifier for. So let's come under people. We go to custom fields and we're going to make a new field. I'm going to make a couple of these, but the first one now you can pick your type: text, data, select, or person. We're going to do text and we're going to call this a member number. All right. And let's make another one. We're going to call this one, but we want to do select, which lets you make a drop down list, a custom one. We're going to call this ministry. And I want to allow multiple values, and we're going to do the ministry. So we'll say this is music ministry, media ministry, trustees, musician, choir. What else? Deacons, ushers, um, youth ministry. I think that'll be enough for right now. So you have different fields that you can help organize everybody. All right. So now let's come in here, and I wrote a program here a little while ago to help me when I need to make generic people out of the blue. Got to use my old SQL skills for something, right? So I'm going to execute this, and I want to just have, I don't know, I just want to make two people. And there we go. And it's taken from the most common 100 of the most common male, female names and 100 last names. And it just randomly grabs that. So we got some people that we're going to use to import new people. So I don't have to just make up something. So let's add somebody new here. We can just come over here to person, and we got the fields, and I'm just going to copy and paste this stuff. So we got Patrick, Ross. We got an email. We now can give it a type. We'll say this is personal. And I'm just copying and pasting what this little script that I made did. Just putting some generic stuff here. Home type, country, United States, And in my examples, everybody lives at 123 Jump Street in somewhere, Virginia. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we're not going to do any birthdays. This is male. We'll say, and then we're going to create a number for this. So I'll start at, I don't know, let's start at 900. So I'll give this person 900. And here's our drop down list that we can select that we just made in our custom fields. Say this person is a trustee, and that's all they're a part of. So we create them. Boom. Now we have our little place here for multiple people. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this again. And hopefully I'll have a woman, and I just did by making this. So I'm going to now give Patrick a wife. So we're going to give this Rebecca Ross. And let's just fill out this information. And again, it actually gave a different name, but I'm saying these people are married. Again, country, United States, and that's 123 Jump Street, somewhere, Virginia. Gender is female, and we're going to go back, and they're married, and this number is going to be 901. And let's say that she is in the choir. All right, we'll create that person. All right, so first, let's go back and say we want to edit this person because Patrick forgot that he was married. We're going to click on the person, go to edit, and let's just change this, and we're change that to married. And you can update and add any other stuff there. So if you made new columns, then you'll see that these would show under the profile. Now, one of the beautiful things in this, we can link people together, and we're going to make a household. If we come over here to household, we're going to create one, or you can join one if it already existed. We're just going to create one, and there's Patrick, and that's it. But hey, we want to link it. We're going to link it to his wife. And there we go. So now this is a household. They're joined together. You can always switch who you can remove Patrick if you need to. Sadly, if a divorce happens, you can remove that person. You can change Rebecca to be the head of the house if you want to. And that's it. So the next thing you also have is communications. This shows a list of all the emails and that have gone to the people in your church. You also have notes that you can leave for a unique person. And then you have permissions because Worship Tools has a suite of applications. Say, like Rebecca is a part of the choir. Let's actually go to her. And we want to give her permissions, and we want to invite this person to, as a new Worship Tools member, say that they're a part of the media, or say you have somebody with planning when you're planning the service for who's singing, who's doing this, the musicians, and blah, blah, blah. That is another tool that is available here under planning that you can link this person to that so that their account will allow them to access all of the music and stuff like that if you want to do something like that. So really cool that all of these applications talk to each other. All right. So you can always customize what you're seeing right here. Say you don't want to see all this information. You can change that at any point in time. So say, I don't want to see gender. We'll just remove that. I don't want to see address number 2. And we can leave that, stuff like that. So now you can customize this view in any way you want to. If you want to do reports, you can go ahead and export those to Excel or CSV. So if I come out here and do Excel and open that up, there we go. There's our information, and it exports what you're viewing. So if you want to add more information, so like if I come back here to columns and I want to add ministries in here and member number, and I want to move the member number here for my unique identifier to identify everybody. And if I export this now, see, now it exports everything that we just did. Makes it real easy if you want to make custom reports or something like that, or a list of ministries or something like that. And you can do filters. to say, hey, I only want to look for people who are in the choir. And boom, there you go. Helps you sort everybody very quickly and organize people that are in the church, whether they're in ministry roles or just your congregation in any way, shape, or form. All right. You can also import. And I'm just being honest, a couple of times this has aired out on me. I think this is something that they're working in on the back end, but hopefully you don't have to manually do all of this. So, like, for example, if I come back over to this program and say I want to have 97, I want to make 97 random people. So it just generated that. And I want to put this in a file to be used. So let's go ahead and open up an Excel document. And let's just paste. And let's make our member number real quick. We're just going to say this is equal to our unique identifier plus 1,000. That way everybody will have a unique number. All right. Like I said, I've been having some issues with this, so hopefully this will be fixed quickly. So if you're already using a different system, be patient. Hopefully this will work out soon so you can actually import it so you don't have to manually do this for everybody. But if you're getting started, this is easy. You can just add them one at a time. Say you have a visitor that came in, you can just add them manually like I just did, one off, and hopefully that'll be easier. So let's go to import. You can use Excel files, the older ones, a new one, or a CSV file. We'll select the form that we just did, and it's pulling over the columns that we used. And see, our mobile number was something different. I want to link that to the field of phone number. We're just trying to match this up to which one. And thankfully, all the rest of these have the same name, so we're good. Let's go to next. And then let's do an import. And like I said, this has been looping for me. So we'll come back to this, but hopefully this will be rolled out pretty soon. So that's importing stuff in future. So let's go ahead and just exit out of that. And I'm just going to manually add about like 5 more people so we can do a little bit more testing in this. Alrighty, so we just added a few more people here. And just in this list, you also can click on it and then it will filter and sort um, in order. So I'm just sorting by member number. You can do first name, obviously last name, any of these. Really straightforward. Now let's go over to communications. Communications, you can send a blanket communication to a bunch of people. So let's say we make a new communication and we want to pick who is it from. Again, this is only going to be who are going to be admins over the account. So I'm going to say this is coming from me. And then we can give this a list. New members. Oh, let's welcome new members. This is going to be the subject that goes to everybody. Um, we would like to welcome all of our new members to Prototype Church. Something like that, right? And, let's go ahead and just save that uh, name. Let's give this I think this goes into your template. So we'll say new members welcome. So we'll just save that. So that's a draft. And let's go to our templates here. And I thought that would have made it as a template. Let's go ahead and make a template. I thought that's what we just did. Or maybe this is a one-off. I'm sorry. Let's go to the template. Let's do that again. I pick me. Welcome new members. So let's come in here. We would like to welcome you as a new member to Prototype Church. And then let's give it a name again. Welcome new members. And then you can also select who this is going to go to in general from this list. If you want to, you can do filtering off of this. So maybe you can make a field and say this is a new member or something like that. Or you want to do a date of when they joined. That might be a nice thing to do or an option. You can one off pick people who you want it to go to as well. So we haven't made any bookmarks or anything like that. So we'll just save that and let's see. All right, so there's our template. So you can say you have new members, and let's go back and let's do that. Let's make a new field and do date. Joined church. We just give that as a date. That's a new field. Now let's go back and modify. Let's go to the Rosses here and let's edit their stuff and join church. We'll say that they joined last Sunday. And that's last Sunday. And now let's see how we can do it this template here. Let's go back in here again and let's edit it. And we want to base this off of our date. So again, so if we did that, that's really cool. So say we want to send this out to people who joined from the last Sunday in December. Well, let's just go from from the last week of December to today's date, the 13th. So it only filters those people, and that's is who this email is going to go to. So you don't inundate other people with new stuff that they don't see. All right. So let's go ahead and save that. So that communication would have gone out. Really cool. So now let's go back over to the Rosses here. And if we go over to communications, so it said it hasn't sent out. Did I not send it out? Updated a few seconds ago. All right, so that's the template. View people. All right. Let's do this again because I think I might have just messed up myself. All right, so let's go to our communication. Let's select our template. There's our welcome message. There we go. The template, AJ, you made the template, and then now you had to go to communications to send it. So let's just say name required. I don't know why I would need a name required if I'm using the template, and it's only going to two people. Um, and let's do save. All right, so that should have sent out. Oh, AJ, this send. Excuse me. So say we'll send this now, or you could schedule it. Let's go ahead and hit send and say that goes out. Now, these ain't real email addresses that I just put in there. Hopefully it's not. So anyway, let's go back now to the Rosses and let's go to our communications. And I don't know why it keeps opening up a new field. Let me go ahead and close this back. Every time I clicked, I just realized it was opening up a new tab. All right, let's go back. And now let's go to communications. See, it says nothing was sent to them yet. Maybe it's because this isn't a real email address. Okay, because it says it's pending. I think it's because it's not going to a real email address. Let me actually make a new one and I'll send it to me. Alrighty, folks. So right when I stopped recording, the email came in. So let me actually let you see what that looks like. So here's the email, very, very plain and basic and stuff like that. But what we want to do is there was something else I completely missed when I was doing this, but let's just go over something real quick. So now if I go name and I go to communications, there's the list of emails that it went through. So it shows who got what and if there was any issue with your delivery. So let's go back over here to communications now. And I want to modify this template a little bit because I completely ignored something here. So let's edit this and say you want to make it more personalized. We can leverage a lot of the fields that is in this management to make it more nice and friendly. So let's say, hello, and we want to insert our field and we want to pull the first name of whoever is going to. Hello, as pastor of Prototype Church, I would like to personally welcome you to our ministry. And then, you can leverage any of the other fields here. So you can make this as fancy as you want. Um, you know, so let me, like for this, if you want to let everybody know this information, um, just for future reference, when giving online or in person, please remember to add your member number in, well, on the envelope. Why am I tripping on spelling? On the envelope or in the text field on your digital giving platform of choice. So we can do this and then just say your member number is, and then we just add that field. Awesome. All right. So we'll do that. And I'm going to change the date for me on here. So I'll be included here because, again, we're looking for people who have joined the ministry between this date. So let's go back and edit me and say that I joined the ministry on the 10th. All right. So let's go back to our communications. Let's go to our new members one. We don't want to do this one. We want to use the updated one that we just did. So select from our template, the new members one. We got all that information. Those are our people. And now we'll get this information. We'll save it. Now send it now. And we'll wait to see when I get the email on here so we can see the difference of this. But again, it shows just how powerful that you can make this. You can make a generic letter. You ain't got to go over and over again. You can use all the names and the fields that you're inside of community to now fill this out. So again, just imagine with this filter, you can have an email for choir members of, hey, here's your login. If you want to do something, here's your email address, set up an account, blah, 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 to pull music. Hey, trustees, hey, deacons, this is the meeting coming up. Or there's a funeral coming up. There's a wedding coming up. You can actually have the church management system handle that. Now, again, it only does email. I have a feeling, I have no proof of this. I have a feeling that it might expand out into text and stuff like that. But again, I don't know. But I just think it's really cool that you can now personalize this stuff and you can set it to say, hey, we got new members, especially if you use that custom field. It will send it out to the people appropriately. So let's go ahead and back out of here. Let's refresh. It's still sending. I think, honestly, the main issue is because it's going to those people that I'm using a fake email. So what I'll do is I will splice this back in when we show when the email comes through and just show you how it looks. Alrighty, folks, here's the email that came in. Let's go ahead and look at it. So again, it took my first name and filled it in. And then as fast, blah, 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 blah. And then our member number was added. So again, leveraging the power of all the fields that are there, you can make some very detailed and personalized emails for whoever's you're managing inside of this church management software. Let's go back to the dashboard now that we got some more people in here. As you can see, we have a high level of what's going on with the communications. This is still pending. How many people are there in our system? The demographics of how many male to female and all this other stuff. It looks like I'm the only. Um, no, that's not right. Patrick is a male. Oh, it. I think mine didn't have my gender in there. So let me update that so we can get all this stuff right. My member number. Let's say I'm 700. I am divorced and male. So now let's look at our. There we go. That's right. I was going to say, no, we get that right. So you got your demographics here. You can quickly add to people who was recently added, all this other fun stuff. So let me know. What do you think about this? Again, I really believe that they're going to be adding some more stuff to this. This is just, again, I'm not no insider to Worship Tools, but again, a nice little tool, especially if you don't have anything at all to help organize stuff, help you with your email communication, at least from a high level, see everybody that you got in there and use this kind of like what we talked about in our book, the upcoming book of how to organize and have kind of like a digital directory that way you can put everybody's stuff in there and you got it sorted out. And anybody who's a part of the ministry, say you got the pastor, whoever who has a login and make them an administrator, they can see this information as well too. And then I can see how you can, especially with that unique identifier of a member number, you can easily say you're doing online giving, you let everybody know their member number, say, or their telephone number that's linked, however way that you want to link it. Now you can export all of this, cross-reference it, and have a lookup table to where both of them can say, oh, these are the people that gave, and it's assorted with the person's name. A lot of cool stuff. But let me know. Um, if you're using any type of church management software, let me know down below. Or if you haven't used anything at all, um, if you try something like this, let me know how that will work. And I'm still looking at my email to see if it came through. It's still sending. But anyway, that's it. Again, thank you, Worship Tools, for keep making awesome stuff to help with ministries. And again, it's completely free. I didn't put no credit card in there. I've been using them for years. And I just really think it's cool that will hopefully modernize your media ministry and just your church in general and get some new tools to help out some of the stuff that people are still dealing with, Excel spreadsheets and stuff like that. But if you like this type of content, appreciate a like, consider subscribing, hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. Thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ. Catch you on the next video. Later.